Vitality Nutrition and Fitness fam. It's just Eric and Maddie coming at you today with another new podcast. We kind of wanted to talk to you, kind of similar as last time about the holidays, but just kind of knowing like when we should be bulking, cutting, maintaining, kind of like that. I think that it gets everybody always thinks we should be cutting all the time, and especially around this time of year, it's just there's not enough knowledge around it. So we're just kind of here to inform you a little bit about that today.
Yeah, so I would start off with time of year. That's probably the biggest thing to look at first. When it comes to cutting, bulking, maintenance, all sorts of things, right? It's not just cutting. Cutting is just the main one because it's the more restrictive.
The hardest.
Yeah, the hardest, the more
Yeah.
restrictive form of eating, I guess you could say, that there is. So I would say look at the time of year. And it's not just the holidays, right? I mean, we're in the holiday time, so it's like on the top of our minds. You go to Lowe's and you got the Grim Reaper fighting Santa Claus in the Halloween.
I saw someone had one of those big skeletons. I saw it yesterday
They're
that
like
we were talking about.
So way off subject, but like those 12-foot grave digger dudes or whatever, like they have
Yeah.
a shovel. He has a
Uh-huh.
shovel and like a skeleton in his hand.
Yep.
So my daughter's in first grade and they had to write a story about what scared them. And that was like we went to conferences and like they shared the stories with us about her writing and her ability to tell a story and all this stuff that first graders do. And it was a picture of this skeleton guy, and I was like, I know exactly what she's talking about, and it's like
that's crazy.
I mean, their faces are creepy, like the skeletons, like the skeletons are not that scary, like they're just bones, right? But these gravedigger's faces. I mean, if you're a 6-year-old, first off, it's 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
It has a creepy face. I mean, I get it, but yeah, they're all over my neighborhood. I don't know where people store them after home.
I was wondering that too. Like, do you just buy this every year, just brand new, and then
and you can't make them
smaller?
Christmas? Like
Christmas.
You know how like the skeletons people put a flannel on them and
and
they call them holiday ones.
Yeah.
You can't really do this to
you can't really do that.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Anyways, that's just I don't know. Have you ever been to Lowe's lately or Home Depot? I don't know about Home Depot, but Lowe's is like it's literally like they call it like the gang wars, like the street wars. Like
really? No, I haven't. Not lately.
You walk into like the seasonal garden section, at least at our Lowe's. Halloween is one side of the street, and like Christmas is the other side. So you have
where was I the other day?
You have these Grim Reapers and skeletons and all making noises. But then you go over there and there's like Holly Jolly Christmas and Santa waving at
like
you.
Santa, yeah, like
Holiday Bluey and Mickey Mouse. You're like, what the hell is going on right now?
That's hilarious.
But yeah, you got Christmas trees, but then you got gravestone.
Yeah, I can't remember where I was the other day. Maybe Costco. I don't know. Probably Costco. And it was all Christmas, and I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah,
it's coming.
If you haven't bought your Halloween stuff yet, you're probably screwed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't like Halloween decorations, so.
We have a unicorn and a cat.
I'm just not a big Halloween kind of girl.
It's okay. It's like the second biggest commercial holiday now.
Is it really?
Yeah, people go crazy for Halloween.
I don't like Halloween.
But
I'm like Brindley. I was always scared of it. I was always so scared of scary movies and Halloween and all of it.
Going to trick or treating with Brindley is a disaster with that stuff.
She's like,
no, I don't want to go to that house. It's scary.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'll go to this house because there's nothing here, or I like that.
Yeah.
Or I like that cat, or whatever. I'm like, oh, just choose a house, please. Like it's very like extreme, right? Like Halloween is designed for mostly kids, but the decorations are not really designed for kids.
No, they're not very
like not most of them. I mean,
no.
Our inflatable unicorn and our inflatable cat and a pumpkin.
I don't know, Eric. That might
those are designed for kids, but like all the what's like the little
scary
the possessed girl, like the Shining or whatever it's from.
In The Shining, or in or the It characters, or all that kind of stuff.
Those are not meant for kids. Those are for adults. So it's like a weird kind of thing.
I like messed up my contact, and I don't know. Oh, I got it.
So
Anyway,
what the hell were we talking about? Time, way off
time of
subject.
year, candy, Halloween.
Yeah, turned into time of year, right? For the cut is what we were talking about before I
Oh
went
yeah.
off on my
Yep.
5 minute tangent. Um, just not the holidays, right? Because there's other things that can play a factor. Birthdays can play a factor. You don't want to start a cut if you're going on vacation in 2 weeks
Vacation.
after.
Yeah.
Honestly, like a lot of us cut for vacations, right? Especially if you're going to a beach or tend to be more tropical, less
Mm-hmm.
clothing location, I guess we'll say. Um, that you should cut. Like if you want to cut before, fine, but you also want to cut like enough time before that you can give yourself some time to start upping your food so you don't
So
go
you
from
don't go from eating nothing to
yeah
3,000 calories a day to
yeah
44 3,000. That's not a lot.
just
5,000, six
it's
thousand.
like yeah
Yeah.
3,000 calories worth of mai tais at the beach or whatever
Yeah.
what you're about to drink. You don't want to
Yeah.
go from 1,600 calories to 5,000 plus in a week, like, or your body's
Mm-hmm.
really, you're going to have a hard time adjusting to your numbers back. So that's a
Yeah, for
big
sure.
thing is like, if you're going to cut for a vacation or cut for an event that you know that eating is going to be excessive or a little bit more than usual, give yourself like 3 to 4 months, not sorry, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks if you can, to come out, reverse out of your cut.
Yeah,
Um,
I was just gonna kind of give him an example. Like if you wanted to do a, I don't know, 8 week cut before your vacation, then maybe start it 12 weeks before you go. So you're in the, like, you're coming out of your cut still 4 weeks before you leave for vacation. So you kind
yeah,
of reverse diet
yeah. And I mean, you're probably
back
still
into it.
going to lose weight because you're coming out of your cut, which is going to probably still be a deficit out of your
Yep.
maintenance.
Yeah.
But it's also going to not allow your body just to become Big Hero 6.
Hmm.
That's my favorite gif of all time is when you poke the belly of Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
Always
Wow,
say
that
it
was a good movie. I forgot about that.
after a cheat day or after a vacation or something like that. I'm like,
That's funny.
this is what I feel
This is
like.
what it feels like. Yeah.
This is what it feels like. And then you try to go run and you're like, boom, boom,
Yeah.
your face just feels all squishy.
Yeah, you could feel it.
Yeah. So that's what I would say on cuts, right? Look at what's around. Are you going to be successful? Because not being successful on a cut or having to quit early because you've been unsuccessful, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's very hard to recover from, right? Like if you make it 2.5, 3 weeks on your 6 week or 8 week cut or whatever you're doing and you fail it, and
I
then
also think having like an end goal might help a lot of people too. Like you are getting ready to go on vacation, so this is a good time to do it, or you kind of have something to work towards. So it's not just like you're doing this just to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I think that's a lot of the time when people fail, when they aren't working towards anything. So using that vacation is maybe not only like when to do it, but also like give yourself a why you want to do it.
yeah. And keeps you on track, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you just say, "Oh, I want to lose 5 pounds because I feel fluffy," or
Right.
something like that, and not for any specific reason except to lose 5 pounds. Like
Mm-hmm.
some people, yes, they have that determination and they'll do it. But a lot of people, like it's easy to come up with excuses when you don't have that end goal. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really need to lose 5 pounds for anything, or I didn't,
Right.
So it's easier to bounce out of that.
Yeah, for
Let's say
sure.
one more thing on the cuts is make sure you haven't done a cut recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's what, like they say, twice as long in maintenance as your cut,
And I
at
mean a
least.
good, like, think about when um like a lot of us probably are eating in a cut. I know women probably for sure are like eating in a cut just all the time. So your body doesn't even know what it feels like to like be fueled properly, let alone try, and then maybe you're in a 200 calorie deficit. Now you're going to say you're on a cut, but now you're in like a 600 calorie deficit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? A lot of the time it's like you don't, yeah, like you don't need to be doing that all year round. You're not going to see results that way. Your body's just going to adapt to having that be your, like, baseline level of calories.
yeah. Our
um
body likes homeostasis.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if homeostasis is always 1,600 calories, I'm just using that number,
Right.
um, then you got to freaking cut drastically if you're
Yeah.
always at 1,600 calories to actually
Yeah.
lose weight. And along those lines of like eating, like cuts are good, but like if you don't have the muscle structure underneath what you want to lose,
Yeah, it's like when people say, "Well, I want to get lean and tone." It's like, "Well, you're not going to get lean and tone if there's nothing to
yeah,
tone."
yeah. So sometimes you have to bulk and add
For
muscle
sure.
mass. Unfortunately, probably add a little bit of fat that we're not all going to like
Mhm.
to your frame to get like what ideal body comp that you want. Because I mean, if you don't have the muscle structure underneath everything, like you might lose that weight and you still might not be happy because you're not shedding like you're not
Mhm.
revealing what's underneath it, what you want. So,
Yep. Yeah, good point.
so I think that's a big thing.
I guess
What's up?
Wow. I guess I guess that kind of leads us, like, is a good gateway into when to bulk, when to
Christmas cookie time.
yeah. I mean, a lot of people do it in the winter, not just because of the holidays, but like think about what you're wearing all the time. Like nobody's gonna notice if you're 10 pounds heavier when all you wear are sweatshirts and long pants all the time. Like, let's just be
Yeah,
real, you know?
I mean, winter clothes tend to be looser and
Right.
baggier, so I mean, you can hide if you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, winter's a pretty common time, right? You're usually not walking around half naked like at swimming pools or anything like that. Maybe you're just with your significant other or walking around your house or whatever it is.
Right.
So like you're not in public as much, like you're not as revealed as much in public, I guess I would say. Like
Hmm.
you're not out and about. You're
When
not
you're
wearing
working out
clothes.
in the gym, it's colder, so you're probably, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't wear shorts and a sports bra in the gym in the winter.
yeah.
Um,
So
and that's a lot. That's
yeah,
saying a lot.
that is
Even
saying,
I don't do that.
yeah, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
certain times over the summer, I'm like, I look around, I'm like, am I at a freaking pool? Like, what the hell's going
Yeah.
on? Everybody's like half
Everybody's
naked around.
shirtless, half naked. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
So I mean, winter, I guess it matters what your goals are. I guess like
Hmm.
winter is probably best. Cold, it's just I don't know.
Also,
Food,
you're not in the sun as much. You're probably not moving as much because you're not spending as much time outside. So your body's naturally probably gonna hang on to more weight anyway.
yeah,
Um, yeah, there's
it's
just
easier
a
time to
lot of
put on weight.
factors.
You know,
Yep.
it's not as many events a lot of the times because
Hmm.
it's dark out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just a little easier.
Hmm.
I would say yeah. Yeah. I mean, it matters if you're dirty bulking, like also too. There's always that
Yeah.
aspect of things.
Yeah.
You
True.
know, you don't want if you're bulking, you know, you still need to stay in the gym. You still need to stay moving. You still need to lift and all that stuff because you don't want that bulk to become a dirty bulk and then you're
For
just
sure.
fluffy.
Yeah. Then you're not putting on muscle mass. You're just putting on body fat. Yeah.
So I would say that's another thing, right? Winter is probably your best.
Hmm. Then maintenance. I think that's probably the most important.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on one second.
Um. Oh, you're
You can
good.
go ahead, you can go ahead and talk about it.
Okay. Um, I think, yeah, a lot of us don't really even know what our maintenance is because we're so used to being in a cut. Eric and I talk about that a lot. Like when we first sign people up on the Vitality app, it's like, oh shoot, like should I be eating this many
You're good.
calories? And
I
in
just
reality, it's like that's how many you should be eating all the time, but you're so used to eating in that deficit that it just we kind of lose track of it. And kind of forget what it's like to like actually feel like satiated and full. But yeah, I think it's really important for everybody to know kind of their maintenance calories. And even when you do an in-body and it has that basal metabolic rate, like that's the least number of calories you should be eating just to maintain like life. If you weren't doing anything all day, like just laying in bed all day long. But like we, even when you don't work out, you're still getting up and going to the bathroom or getting up on and off the couch or eating and chewing and walking and like all those things, like you're burning excess calories. And so like it's important to, yeah, fuel your body, give yourself what it needs in order just to maintain like healthy function.
Deep sleep. It's like REM sleep at 10 o'clock.
REM sleep at 10 o'clock.
Sorry.
It's okay. I talked about it a lot. But I was just saying that, yeah, it's important to kind of what we were talking about with the cut. Like your body probably doesn't, a lot of people don't really know what like a maintenance calorie like feels like, and how your body should just probably function, like to feel satiated and not like energy deprived and all that. It's like found in those maintenance calories, and
I think
not a lot of people know what it feels like because so often people are just constantly eating in a deficit.
Yeah, I think what your body will do and maintenance is amazing too. Your body comp a lot of the time changes in maintenance. I know I've been in maintenance for like a year and a half now. I just was like, man, why not? Like,
yeah,
it's to feel like to actually feel good and properly fueled is a big deal, I think.
for sure.
I don't think people realize what your body's actually supposed to feel like.
You don't want to go to bed like hungry. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to wake up and the first thing you think of is like, oh my gosh, like I'm starving.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff like that. Or in the middle of the day you crash because you don't have enough food in your system to fuel your body.
Yeah. You don't want to
always see stars when you deadlift.
Yeah, like you don't want to constantly be like, when's my next meal? Like I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Like it's nice just to kind of just feel balanced. Like, okay, like it's time to eat, but I'm not like gonna scarf down my food so fast because I have.
It also saves you from then overeating or undereating and all that,
True story.
Yep.
I don't know if I got anything else.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sweet. Well, good chat. Good times.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks guys for listening. Hopefully you have some suggestions for some podcasts we can do.
Yeah. Comment and like and subscribe, please.
Catch you next week.
Later.